you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do two looks with the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette from Colourpop. I'm super excited for this, partially because I love anything Halloween. Hocus Pocus is just one of those movies where I feel like we can universally all agree that it's just good. Like, it's just got good vibes. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't like that movie. So naturally, I was pretty stoked to see them doing a Hocus Pocus collab, and when I reposted it on Instagram on my story, you guys were like losing your minds over it. So I know you're excited for it too. As far as Colourpop's releases recently are concerned, I feel like a lot of them have been looking the same, and I was a little bit sad because this one really isn't all that different from their recent releases as well. However, with it in front of me and like playing around with it with like the frame of mind that it's supposed to be more like Halloween-ish, I have been coming up with different ideas than I was with the other palettes. So partially that kind of makes it a little bit better, but that's more about like my own frame of mind than it is about the actual palette. But we'll talk about this more at the end of the video when I do a review. So I'll give you guys the usual spiel. Please like this video, please subscribe, because I would love to have you hang out for some more videos. Everything you need to know about what is going on my face will be listed in the description down below. I will timestamp all of the looks down below in case you want to come back and recreate them and jump right to one look or the other. I kept the first look pretty simple as far as skill level is concerned because I felt like it had been a while since I did a look that would be more easy to recreate. I don't know what's going on with my hair, hence the hat. Everything else pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna do some makeup today. So let's just get into it with the Colourpop Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette. So this is what the inside of the Gather Round Sisters palette looks like. So I'm gonna grab my BH number 6 and I'm gonna go into the matte shade On Toast. As you probably already guessed, I'm gonna work it through my crease. Gonna pack it right through the crease area and then blend upward. This is a Morphe M441. You could use any clean blending brush. Maybe try to make sure that your hair isn't stuck in it, and then just blend the edge. Take a little bit more of that shade on a BH number 7, just a little bit smaller, and pack it on the outer corner. On my ring finger, I'm gonna go into the shade Coven. This is one of those sequin shades that we talked about last time, and I'm gonna press it across my whole lid. In this case, I actually really like this shade as a sequin shade because I don't feel like it's replacing a matte. It actually looks like it's meant to stand out on its own. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna press that across the lid as much as I can and then go in and do the detailing with a smaller brush. So I'm gonna grab that BH number 7 again, go into that shade, I'm gonna tap it off a bit. I'm gonna use that to put it on the inner corner and blend it through the crease. For the center of the lid, I'm gonna go into the shade Brew Potion. This is the only pressed glitter shade in this palette. This one does say that it is not eye safe, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a little chance on it because it doesn't look super chunky, so I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna pop that on the center of the lid with my ring finger. Doing that just to give like almost a glossy effect to that brown smoky eye that we've created here. I'm trying to concentrate that glitter in the center and then kind of let it disperse over the rest of the lid, you know? This is my Luxie 141 mini brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Full Moon. Now this one is like a white matte with a little bit of sequin glitter in it. Again, fucking sequin glitter shades everywhere, but at least this one is like interesting and a little bit different than the other ones we've been seeing lately. So I'm going to use it as an inner corner highlight with this look. For the lower lash line, I don't want to do the same thing as I did on the top. It's not going to be a brown smoky eye all around. I want to smoke it out with some of the more red shades in here. So I'm going to start by going through the waterline with the Urban Decay Alkaline pencil. Run that through and bring it through the lower lashes as a little bit of a base for the shadows to sit on top of. I'm gonna grab a Luxie 111 mini and I'm gonna go into the shade Night of Frolic. Ooh, I like that shade. I think this is one of the prettiest burgundy shades I've seen in quite some time, I must say. That's real nice. I'm just packing that down first and then I'm gonna blend it out with a clean brush because it is wildly pigmented, quite frankly. At the end, I'm just going to use that same brush that I used for the top and some circular motions to blend that burgundy into the browns so it doesn't look like just a line of burgundy and a line of brown, you know what I mean? I'm going to take that Luxie 141 mini and go back into Full Moon again and just pack some more of that on the inner corner because it totally got lost in the rest of the look for some reason. I don't know if it faded or if I blended too much over it, but we're packing it back down and hoping for the best at this point. Okay, put on House of Blush's Siren Flare. I have decided that the white is indeed fading. I did not blend it away because I packed more on there, and then I just sat here while I finished my skin and didn't even touch it, and it definitely looks less intense than it did a few minutes ago. So the white fades, and that's that on that. I was also sitting here wondering to myself, should I do like a glossy nude that has a little bit of glitter, sort of like I did on the lid? And then I thought to myself, hey, it's fall and your dumbass waits all year to wear burgundy lips all the time. And you say all year long, I just want to wear that. That's all I want to wear. Can't wait till fall, so that's what I can wear all the time. And then why would I not do that now? Because it is fall. So that is, obviously, that's what we gotta do. One of my favorite go-tos has been the NABLA Cupid's Arrow Stylo in the color number 3 for all over the lip. And so what I'm gonna do is put that all over the lip and then go over the top of it with the Bite Beauty Cider Donut Yaysayer Gloss. I feel like the sparkles in this are gonna look particularly nice over this, so that's what we're going with. Also, I added some freckles to my nose because I felt like it. And this is the first look. All right, for the second look, I'm gonna go a little bit grungier, and I'm going to use some of the greens and the blacks in this palette. I'm kind of feeling like, this is so stupid because it's not the movie this is based on, but I've been dying to do makeup that's like a little bit of a Lydia Dietz vibe. Not Lydia Dietz makeup, but like just like that grungy, I'm a little bit dead, but also look how cute I am kind of a look. That's what I've been in the mood for. So to begin that, I'm gonna grab my BH number 6 and I'm gonna go into the shade Hello Salem. And I'm gonna work that through my crease and start blending it upward as usual. This is pretty close to my skin tone. It's not really a very deep shade to be putting through the crease. So essentially I'm just putting it down as a base for everything else to blend out into. The shade that I'm going to use next is quite dark, so I think this will be helpful for us. I'm going to take my MAC 221 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Bewitched. I think this is going to be a nice feature of this look, but just going in with it by itself as a crease shade may have been a bit much. And I'm keeping this on the round side. I'm tempted to wing it out, but that wasn't like the original vision I had in my head, so I'm going to stop myself. I'm also going to pack a little bit of that on the outer corner so I can round out the shape of it over there and start that bit of a blend. I'm going to take my Cupid's Arrow number 4 from NABLA, and I'm going to use that to draw on a black base near the lash line on the outer and inner parts of the lid. I'm just going to grab a little smudgy brush and just blend that in as much as I can. By blend, I just really mean smudge the edge so it's not just a harsh line. I'm gonna leave the center open though. On that same little smudgy brush, I'm gonna go into this black glitter shade, call it a Bus, and I'm gonna press it over where we put down that black base. On a Sigma E36, I'm gonna go into that same shade and I'm just gonna bring it through the crease, make that crease nice and dark and smoky. But I'm only keeping it in the actual like depth of the crease so I don't go over the green that we put down too much, because I do want it to have like a little bit of a green tinge on the outside part. This shade has quite a bit of fallout, must say. I'm gonna take a little bit more Bewitched on a BH number 7 and just blend that around the outside again just to make sure we didn't lose that green. Okay, now that this is down, we have a little spot open in the center, but we're still gonna add a little bit of a cut. So I'm gonna grab my white concealer, my NABLA cut crease brush, and I'm gonna just tick, 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 cut a little space in there. I'm gonna do it with my eyes open so that I can see where it's landing and just stamp out where I want my cut to be. And then tip my head back so I can bring it down the lid. I'm gonna use a pencil brush just to tap out the edge of that and manipulate the shape of it just a little. Next, I'm gonna grab a little of the shade Yabos. I'm gonna pack it on the lid starting at the lash line. Not quite bringing it all the way up to that line though, because I'm gonna use that brush to go into the shade Wench, and I'm gonna use that at the top because I like when there is a more stark contrast between the cut and the crease color. And at the edge, I'm just gonna tap back and forth between those shades and that black and blend it in. Wasn't gonna do this because I used this in the last look, but I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna go into Brew Potion again on my ring finger. I'm just gonna tap a little bit in the center because you know what? It's a pretty glitter, and why not? I like the texture in it. That was a good move. I concealed and I put down a lot of powder because I was getting quite a bit of fallout with those two shades. Next, I'm going to go through the waterline. This is Electric Empire from Urban Decay. I think this was a limited edition shade. I'm trying to amp up the greenness of it because I feel like this is reading a lot more blackish than greenish, you know? I'm going to go back into Hello Salem on a BH number 7, and I'm going to use that to start smoking out the lower lash line. I'm bringing that down quite low. It's October. It's a Hocus Pocus palette. We're getting a little creepy with it, you know? And can't nobody tell me nothing. On a pencil brush, I'm gonna go back into Bewitched. And I'm gonna smoke the whole lower lash line out with Bewitched instead of going back into the black shade. That way it reads a little bit more on the green side. This shade is dark enough that I think we could get away with it down there without having to add any black to like even it out with the top. I'm gonna take a clean brush and go into the shade Wench and just use that to highlight the inner corner. I'm not wetting it or anything. I just want it to be a little pop of light there. I put on House of Lashes Siren Doubles. I finished up my skin and I'm going to do a very simple lip. I'm going to line with my Bodyography Heatherberry lip pencil, but I'm only going to line with it. I'm not gonna like fill in my whole lip because the look I'm going for is just like almost as if I'm going to wear a clear gloss, because I am gonna wear a clear gloss, but I want the definition on the top lip because I feel like my top lip gets a little bit lost sometimes. So I'm going to use this because it's close to my actual natural lip shade and then put the gloss over it and also, I like the way this came out, but I'm wishing it was a little greener still as I'm sitting here, so just so you know where my head's at. But we'll save that for the end. Let's do the lip. And this is the second look. So in a technical sense, I don't have all that much to say about this palette. The performance was pretty much everything I expect from Colourpop shadows. Everything blended pretty well. There was a little bit of fallout. Nothing was extraordinarily bad. In this case, I don't really think there were any shades that were extraordinarily good either, but they were all good enough. It does have quite a few of those sequin shades that we talked about in my last Colourpop video that kind of have been driving me crazy lately. Not because I don't like them. I do actually like them, but I just don't see the necessity for so many of them. And the other slightly disappointing thing is that the color story is not all that different from the color story we've seen in pretty much every single Colourpop palette for the last several months. I will admit that these shades are quite a bit darker and richer, and it does have a pressed glitter, which those other palettes did not have, but overall it's like the same shit, you know? In general, I like it. I don't not recommend this palette, especially if you're a big fan of Hocus Pocus, but I just wish that I'm dying to see something else from them right now. The packaging, however, the front of it, I think that this is so well done. It's so pretty and it's like so textured and detailed in person. Really, really nice. Overall, it's a nice palette, and if you like the theme, I think you're gonna like it. Just really want to see some different colors from Colourpop. Colourpop, can you pop a few more colors in there for me? Just different ones? Just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you pick up this palette? Did you have a hard time getting it because there was like a whole shit show when they released it? Let me know how you feel about their pressed glitters. Whatever it is that you're thinking when you look at this palette or when you use it, I want to know about it in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it or you found it helpful, because it's very helpful to me and I would very much appreciate it. And also, if you're new around here, please subscribe, because I would absolutely shit myself with joy to have you here for more videos. If you want to keep up with me between videos and kind of see a little bit behind the scenes, know what's going on here on this channel in advance, see other things that I don't post here, go follow me on Instagram. I'm at Miss Quinface over there, and I would love to have you. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.